live at 1607 J Street, Laporte, Indiana.
Sir, can you speak a little bit, please?
I live at 1607 J Street, Laporte, Indiana. My name is Christopher Adam Throgmorton. I would like to know ultimately who is in charge of the Human Rights Commission, because I was under the impression it's the City Council. You guys enact the ordinances for the Human Rights Commission, and everybody keeps telling me it's not the time and place, so I don't really know who to go to. It's not listed on how to actually get anything accomplished with a complaint that I have. You keep telling me that it's not valid, and that's inaccurate.
The Human Rights Commission was rescheduled to meet later this week, and so they are scheduled to meet, I believe, on Thursday of this week in this chamber, and will conduct their regular business. I have been of an understanding that the specific complaint that you have brought up in various occasions, you have been advised as to how to file a request or a report, and have chosen not to take that path.
All right, and I disagree with that. The only resources I've been provided were by Jeff Deutsch at the Michigan City Human Rights Commission, the director. He told me to Google a website to get a 1-800 number. I have the right to come to this building and file a complaint if you violate my civil rights. She has me on a no trespassing list. I've submitted public access records request for justification of her actions behind that. She's claiming that it's previous interactions with me. However, she took my complaint September 13th to September 20th of 2015. Somehow she wasn't in fear of me or thought that I should be banned from the property for 4 months until February 9th. So my previous actions that you guys are referring to could only be February 5th when I submitted public access records request.
Do you have a specific request for the body this evening?
Yes, I would like to know how to file a complaint against the Human Rights Commission, because I'm the only person that's interacted with them and nobody wants my feedback. I would like whatever no trespass list I'm on, unless you don't have some sort of legal paperwork backing that up, I would like that removed. And I would like you to stop defaming my character, because you guys keep claiming that I've done things, but it's very vague. My past behavior, previous incidents, things like that, they're very insinuative. But I've submitted paperwork, legitimate legal request for whatever you're talking about, and nobody's giving it to me. So if you're going to insinuate that I've done something, I would like you to either stop or provide proof of that. As well as...
I'm not aware of insinuating anything specific. There have been factual responses given to...
Where are they?
Information.
How come I cannot receive paperwork from you guys going to me?
Mr. Throgmorton, you were provided your records request response to your mailing address. You signed for those. We actually have copies of your signature where you signed for your records request being sent to your address that you just verified at 1607 J Street. And we have that paperwork. This is not the body that addresses that. If you have questions about that, the trespass list does not trespass you from public meetings. You have every right to be here.
Right, but when I come here, you guys tell me it's not the time and place. So I'm assuming it's not during a meeting that you want me to come here, correct? But you've banned me from being able to do that, so I have to come to these meetings. It's the only time you allow me to come here, but then you don't want to deal with my problem
You
here.
have been advised that this is not the body that adjudicates the claim to which you have an issue. You have been advised as to the process to be able to file any kind of complaint with the EEOC, and I have now advised you this evening that if you would like to address the Human Rights Commission, they rescheduled their meeting from last week to this week.
I know that.
Thursday evening will be the time that they hold their meeting.
And you were informed at the Police Merit Commission meeting, which you attended last week, that you have every right to take your actions if you feel like your actions aren't being addressed to the appropriate bodies and you were made aware of those bodies. That being the Indiana State Police, that being the Indiana Human Rights Commission. We have addressed those issues and where you can take your complaints. You can hire an attorney and have an attorney advise you if you feel like your requests are not being managed appropriately.
So if I try to meet with the Human Rights Commission and she hides in her office and calls the police on me,
Mr. Throgmorton, I want to address something. When you talk about hiding in my office, what I would like to inform you is that the first time that I met you, you pulled out 2 knives in front of me and said I'm allowed to defend myself when I have the right to defend myself.
that's not exactly what was said.
When you came down the second time, I was made aware that you were coming down from the police department, and the police department made me aware that you were very irate. At that point, with the amount of individuals that are held within this building, I felt it appropriate that if you have any sort of issues that you are not being addressed and you cannot get them addressed at the police station, and we were concerned about your level of response, that you weren't going to be able to interact on a level that was like you are right now, which was calm, it was an irate state, that we weren't effectively going to be able to communicate. And so there was no one that was going to be able to address your concerns. And that is why it was addressed the way it was.
You talked to the guy in Michigan City on human rights. You said
Jeff.
that's the guy we go through and it goes downstate. If it goes through ours, they see him.
That's correct.
And then he gives them the information downstate.
When we first met with Mr. Throgmorton, the Human Rights Commission within the city of Laporte had been inactive. Mr. Throgmorton asked for a representative to be present in order to represent himself.
And Jeff
I
George
asked
was not there
Jeff
to represent me.
come forward just to be there so that if there were questions that he could answer them for him. And so that is why he was involved.
Jeff Deutsch made it adamantly clear that he was not there to represent me. He was only there as an advisor to her. He also told me that there was no investigation
Did he give you a
into
phone
my
number to
claims.
call downstate?
No, he actually kicked me out of his office, which is a public area, because I was recording with a camera. So I don't know.
Again,
However,
Mr.
the
Throgmorton,
thing
we
is-
have tried to give you every single resource possible. We have tried to advise you that
You
if
have not
don't
provided
feel
me
like
with any
you're not-
resources.
if you're
Can
doing
you-
appropriately, then please get an attorney or please talk to the groups that we have referenced. Please feel free to come to the meeting on Thursday night and ask the commission to address your concerns. But this body does not address the concerns that you have.
I would like to place you under citizen's arrest, under IC 353314.
It's not going to happen, Mr. Throgmorton.
Why is that?
Because your requests are not reasonable and your ideas, you have to
Um,
prove that there is a felony and it has to be reasonable. So we're not doing this.
Are you familiar with IC 353314?
Mr. Throgmorton.
Do you have any further business with the council this evening?
I would like to place her under citizen's arrest, and I'm a citizen in the state of Indiana, so you can't really stop it. Like, she knows this.
I believe that we can stop it, but you have no valid proof to place her
I
under
do.
citizen's arrest. Just because you've made this claim that you're going to place her under arrest is not.
I have you. Just because you don't believe me doesn't, I mean, I got a folder full of proof here. Like, you can call my bluff all you want. I want to place her under citizen's arrest, and I'm going to turn her over to one of these officers underneath Indiana code, because that's the
And
law.
that's not going to happen this evening. Do you have any further business?
Why is it not going to happen? Why are you obstructing my rights as a citizen of this state?
Because you have not proven any felonies and it is not a reasonable.
I don't need to
request.
prove anything to arrest you.
Read the
Proof is
Indiana
provided
code.
later. Are you under the, like,
Do you have any further business this evening?
are you under the understanding
With
that,
no further business,
like-
I will ask you to finish up. Do you have anything further to address this body with?
yes, I would like to be appointed to the Human Rights Commission, because you guys are supposed to protect disabled people's rights too, and somehow that's not being done. I'm the only person that's interacted with it. Somehow the city council created it, but it's not the place that I go. I would also like
Your
her no
request
trespassing
under
stuff.
advisement.
And I would like to know when my public access records will be, like, when can I have access to the records
The
I've requested?
information has been sent to your address and it has been sent certified.
When?
mail.
It was sent certified mail.
When?
Mr. Throgmorton. I would have to get the date. It was sent right after in February.
Okay, I've submitted a new request, so,
There were
This-
no other requests submitted.
Mr. Throgmorton, for the record, if I may, are you disabled?
yes, I'm autistic. I have Asperger's syndrome.
Okay, thank you.
I also have post-traumatic stress disorder, which I made her completely aware of. You see, I believe that her sending whatever she claims she sent to the prosecutor's office, which I would like to know where, how do I obtain the old ordinances? Because you guys are telling me the old ordinances were in effect when she did whatever she did here. So how do I see what she was supposed to do before these new ordinances went into effect? Because
I'm not even sure what you're referencing at this. And all of the ordinances are available online.
well, there's only so many. Like the old ones are
You're
not.
asking me how you would obtain that information. I'm providing you the resource that it's available online via the city website.
Okay, how do I get access without you guys forcing me to do everything on a computer or through the mail?
That's the process that's utilized. That way
No, a
it
normal
affords
person
us
can
a
walk into this
record.
building and submit a paper copy request.
And that's in order for us to have a paper record and
All right.
a public record
Now,
of the request.
I tried to do that on February 5th at the police station, submit a public records access request, and they physically carried me out of the building. That's a public accommodation violation.
Mr. Drymore,
So-
you submitted your request to the mayor's secretary, the mayor, you actually asked her to stamp it and sign it, which she did.
Right,
delivered to us,
that's
and
here
then
in this
we
building.
sent- and
I'm
then
talking
we
about at the
sent-
police station. That's what I'm saying is, can you not just talk about stuff that's irrelevant so everybody gets confused? Like what I'm talking about happened at the police station. I'm well aware that that's February 5th. I'm talking about February 9th. Then I came down here to make a complaint because they're not allowed to do that, and I attempted to speak to the Human Rights Commission.
Your specific
And
request
she
has
hid
been
in her
responded
office.
to. If you would like to submit a new.
This is how you guys do things around here.
There is a process, yes.
What is that
Absolutely.
process? Like to call the police on people and hide in your office?
I'm trying to inform you of the process. You're choosing.
Does it involve hiding in your office?
Do you have any further business this evening, Mr. Throckmorton?
Yes. I'm not crazy. I'm autistic. So please, the next time, just allow me to do my business and don't hide in the office because it makes you look childish and immature.
Noted. Okay, I think we have further.
I haven't been advised of nothing. I'm going to arrest you. Goodbye. Bye, slave catchers.